parting thoughts or anything, I guess to recap anything that we said or anything that you wanted to mention or anything else?
Well, so many. I would say that myself included. I mean, I can go on and on. I would start off by saying that if you're watching this video and the next time that you're at any retail location, obviously I'm specific and biased to the convenience store industry. So anytime and especially at the Jacksons and Extra Mile stores, but if you're at any convenience store or you're at a Home Depot or at a Walmart or you're at Kohl's shopping for shorts and t-shirt, think to yourself, how did that product get there? And what was the path of that item? And how did you play a part into that? And if you did not at all, or someone within your realm of either family or team of friends, because what we do every day, we don't have any other agenda, but how do we make the consumer happier every day? How do we ensure that when the customer walks in through that door, whether if it's at a big box store or a convenience store, that they're going to find the product that they went in there to look for? Now, obviously, there's so many things that play into that. Manufacturing is one thing which we don't have control over, but if it hits our warehouse, we're going to do everything within our power to ensure that that product, it's in the shelf when you walk in. Now, from a business standpoint and a career standpoint, if you have never looked into a career in supply chain and in distribution, try it out. I would say there's nothing wrong. There's a lot of jobs out there right now, and there's a lot in distribution. Try out distribution and see if it's something that you like. I know there's a lot of people who's working at Capital currently that never thought that distribution would be something that they would like and make a career. And now they work for us for 5, 10, 15 years. There's a lot of people that continue to grow with us. And this will be careers for them in the long term. Plus, there's a lot of perks for them. You know, Capital Distributing has tuition for your college. There's many benefits to working with us, also discounts at the store levels. But if anything, is for personal growth. I mean, we've been able to have substantial growth as an organization, and we've seen the growth of our employees and staff along with it throughout the years. So yeah.
And on that note,
I hope I made justice to that.
No, I think you did. I think everything you did. If anything, if we're doing a baseball analogy, I'm like wobbling over the tee ball and like putting it on there. You're just knocking it out of the park. So I appreciate it. On that note, if anybody did want to get into, I guess, a career or explore a career in supply chain and distribution, how could, I'm using Capital Distributing as an example, like how could somebody look into it, or what are some current needs that you have?
Yeah, no, I mean, we're always filling orders. There's no doubt about that. And the demand to fill orders is growing more and more and more. I remember when I started 16 years ago, we used to pick orders 4 days a week. Now we pick orders 6 days a week and longer days. Soon, I'm sure there will be 7 days, and the demand is just going to continue to grow. I would say that if it's not yourself and you're watching this video, but you have the 16-year-old at home that wants a part-time job, and your mind directly goes into some kind of retail, either fast food or something like that, think about distribution. There is a lot of distribution centers, including ourselves, that will hire our young folks from 16 and a half to 18, and we'll work through their last few years of high school, and then hopefully they stick around with us and then take advantage of a tuition reimbursement, and then we'll work through them through their years in college. And obviously for us, the benefit is not only that we have an employee, but also that maybe that employee will work for us in some capacity later after they graduate high school. At the end of the day, you know, we have openings in transportation, we have openings in order fulfillment, we have openings in receiving. So those are mainly most of our entry-level jobs. But from occasionally, we also have, you know, more qualified jobs that more specific in an area of expertise, so like marketing, sales or procurement, something of that. Those be more specific, and we do hire, and we partner with either sometimes Boise State or other organizations to find strong candidates.
And even then, like you said, there's upward mobility or even lateral movement if somebody wants to go somewhere else within the company. It's really, I would say I've heard this a lot more as I speak to employers. It's hiring for the person and not so much for the resume or the essential list of skills that they have, technical skills, because those can always be built up. But if you are a good worker and you know how to show up on time or just have the can-do attitude to be a team player, I think I would assume that that's the type of people that Capital Distributing seeks and builds up within the company.
Well, yeah, especially our young folks. I mean, I was, my son was thinking, hey, he's a junior in high school, and he said, I want to work. And, I was thinking about applying at Sonic or something like that. I like that. Are you serious? And well, you're going to come to work with me, and let's go. Came in the first days, and he was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I love this environment. First of all, first thing he saw was, I'm not the only one that's young. And there's a lot of other folks that were around or his same age, others that were in the same situation that were in high school. They were either freshmen, juniors, or in their senior year, and they were working for us. And they were leveraging a really good paid job because they get paid the same amount of money. They work either part-time or mostly it's part-time because they're still going to school. And we are very cautious about the amount of hours that they put in, where we continue to ask about their education and their homework and all that. So make sure that all that is taken care of. But we want to become in the community, especially here in Canyon County, a go-to place for all our folks that want to take advantage of a good paying job and a possible career after high school, especially if they have not made up their mind on what career path they want. And I would say as many as there is, I was one of them. When you graduate high school, in my mind, it's like, how do I make money? How do I support myself and my family, especially if you're in the realm of the Hispanic community or anyone else. You wanna figure that out. You wanna put gas in your car. You wanna go out with friends. You wanna have money to spend on the things that you want to spend, and we are a great avenue and opportunity for that. And we give the flexibility in your schedule. We give the flexibility in the pay. Plus, you get a lot all the same perks that any other employee would get with us. So think about Capital. And if it's not you, mom and dad, who's watching this video, but you have a son, nephew, or someone, send them to Capital. We're always looking for good people.
That's awesome. Well, who knows? Maybe in a couple of years, your son will get that CDL and start hauling down 84.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm hoping that he makes it to the MLB first.
Okay,
So
all right on.
We're gonna work on that first.
Yeah, we'll have Joe Buck talking about him here pretty soon. And he's like, well, did you know he was almost a CDL driver?
Yes, sir. Maybe I'll send him the pictures of him throwing boxes in Capital Distributing when he was 16 years old. Yeah.
Right on. That's awesome.
Oh, that's good.
Pete, well, thank you for your time. This was extremely informative. And I hope that anybody who watches this gets some information just in terms of like how everything is affected by every job that's available and every role that's taken, especially in supply chain and distributing. So
Yeah.
Appreciate your time, Pete. Thank you.
No problem. Anytime, Noel. Thank you for having me. And thanks again. Have a great day.
All right, for sure.